Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Facebook and YouTube at My Sewing Room. Today I'm coming to you live from our studio upstairs, which is so much fun, and I just so excited to be here. I got so excited I clicked on a minute early. I forgot that we had a countdown of only 1 minute upstairs, and so here we are, 1 minute early, but it's now 10:30. So welcome everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Just wanted to slide my comment section over so I could see the comments. Oh, and I'm just wrecking my screen. Okay, there is a comment. I see a comment. Oh, I lost my comments again. Stop being commenting here. Oh, there's Helen. Hi, Helen. Good morning from Saskatchewan. She says, well, hello and good morning, Helen. And I hope that you are enjoying some of the absolute beautiful weather like we have in Calgary right now. I cannot believe what 24-hour difference makes. Good morning, Tina. So good to see you. Yes, it's beautiful here, and you know, you gotta let the dogs out. Woo, 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 woo. Gotta let them out. Good morning, Ruth. Yeah, I know, crazy day today. Absolutely excited. So let me do the hello. How are you? Welcome to my sewing room, and thank you ever so much for all your loves and your likes. Loves and likes, I got those backwards, loves and likes, all your sharing and all the comments that you make. Good morning, Christine. Chris, it's Chris. I know her as Chris. Anyways, it's wonderful to have you come on and visit, and oh, thank you so much for joining us and commenting on Facebook and YouTube, and we're getting very close to our 10,000 goal on YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed to YouTube with us, please do go to YouTube, search for mysewingroom.ca, and the dot is D-O-T. Subscribe to our little channel. We welcome you. Hit the little button that has the bell on it, and then you can get notifications when we go live, unless you're like me and then go live a whole minute early today because I'm crazy. Anyways, but thank you so much. Good morning, Glenda. Good morning, Bev. Okay, I'm not quite sure about that last one, but good morning to everyone who does come on. Good morning, Sandy, and welcome. Good morning. Do you carry wool ironing mats? I certainly do. There is a size of them. There's the small 12 by 12 and then the 17 by 17. I'm not sure how big the last one is, but yes, we do carry the wool ironing mats, which I've had glowing reviews from people. They find them wonderful to sew with, and so yes, we do. My ears want to keep falling off here, but yeah. Good morning, Sandy. Okay, so let me do some shout outs to some of our people who have been wonderful for watching and keeping up to date with us and all that goodness. So shout out to Teresa W., Wendy P., Ruth C., Glenda I., Tina B., Jean J., Mary Z., Julia N. I actually said it properly this time, Julia. Helen O, of course, Chris L., Sonia A., Sandy A., Maria P., Eva W., Loanne F., and Teresa S. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. So, everybody ready? What did the three-legged dog say when he walked into a saloon? I'm here looking for the guy who shot my paw. All right. And why don't the circus elephants eat the clowns? Because they taste funny. Get ourselves off to a magnificent start with a few wonderful jokes today. All right, so as promised, we're going to be making a Scottie Dog applique. So I've got it all pieced out, so let's have a look at it. Let's have a look and see how it turned out. Oh, there he is. Isn't he the cutest little thing? I went into the cupboard looking for fabrics, and I thought, you know, Scottie Dog should be plaid, because, you know, that's Scots plaids and stuff, kilty stuff. anyways, so I brought out a whole bunch of them and showed them to my husband. Sorry, I'm falling off the stool here. And showed him a whole bunch, and he decided that he liked the purple. And I thought, well, okay. But then when I made one, he looked so darn cute. Absolutely adorable. Anyways, so I just thought I'd put it out there. This was my husband's choice. Thank you, Ken. There, shout out to the Ken. All right, so what do we need for this project? Well, as I say, we went to the cupboard and we found some really fun plaid fabric. And then the other thing we need is something called the Interfacing Scrap Therapy Panels for Doggone Scrap. And they are the Doggone Scrap Therapy. And they are really cool. They're on sale. Can you believe it? And you get 3 little Scottie Dog things like this on a panel. So I've got 3 little Scottie Dogs I'm making. So I'm so excited. So this is definitely available. It is in our rummage sale. And I'll talk more about rummage sale in a minute because Fern gave me some things for rummage sale and it's kind of fun. So this is in the rummage sale. Get yourself some plaid fabric. And then what else do we need? Well, let's see. You need some flatter or best press. This is to actually starch up your fabric, which I did, and iron it thoroughly with no wrinkles, because once you've put the Scottie Dog, you can't iron this until you're ready to do the applique. So some flatter or best press to get this nice and starchy and straight, because we're going to be sewing on it. All right, so one of those things. We also need some pins because we're going to pin this onto our little fabric. We're going to take our little doggies and we're going to pin it onto our fabric, and we need to hold it in place while we do some sewing. So we need some pins. So of course that means we need probably some piecing thread. You can have cotton or you can have polyester, because we're going to kind of turn it and work it. So you may want to have a little bit stronger than cotton thread. I used a white one in this case. So maybe you could see it on camera. But so we need some thread. So pins and thread. And definitely a pair of scissors. I brought my gingers. I just love my gingers. They're like sharp as and cut through stuff like butter. So we're going to need those today. Some other things that I will need, and that's the point-to-point turner by Clover. This is wonderful for turning and marking and making sure that we get this right, especially turning the points. You'll remember not long ago we had some lavender ones, and of course I bought the lavender one, so we will be using the lavender one. One thing I didn't purchase when I did this was the roll and press, and I think roll and press, or if you have the wooden press one, or if you have a wooden block of some sort, you need to press this without using an iron. So the roll and press would be a good tool. All right, and we're just about ready to start. So now this type of applique can be done with anything. We have from Pellon, it's called Fusible Sheer Weight Pellon White. It is one-sided fusible, and you can make your pattern on here, put it on your cloth, and you can make any of these kind of appliques where you applique a pattern, turn it, and then it's got the fusing on it, and it's ready to fuse directly to your applique, whatever it is that you want to applique on. So this is good for if you have another shape or anything that you would like to make. All right, so we've got our lovely pattern. We then, of course, are going to put it with our right side of our fabric up. When you look at the little dog, and this is what confused me, I said, well, what's the right side and what's the wrong side? But what we want to do is you can feel the glue on this side, and that's the side we actually want to put right onto our fabric. In that way, once we sew around it and slip this and turn it, the glue will be on the back side. So this is gluey, and it's ready to be ironed onto your fabric. Okay, so to me, they tried to explain to me what's right side and wrong side. So Betty and Dawn were helping. So they call the bumpy side, where the glue is, the right side. So we're going to put our right sides of the fabric together. All right? That is cool. And then using your pins. Now I've got this all ironed and starched. It doesn't really matter what direction. You can try and be as directional as you want, or you can be as crooked as you like, because it's a plaid. It's going to run up and down one way or the other, or if, you know, however you like it to be. I didn't realize until I looked at it that I ran my pattern, well, up and down. And it didn't really focus too much on which direction it went. But there it is. There's our little guy. Hi, Peggy. Good to see you. So I'm just going to put a couple pins in here to hold that. And as I say, right sides together, which is the glue, onto the right side of the fabric. And you can make these solid colors fabrics. You can make it plaid. You can make it doggy material, like with footprints or doggy bones or whatever. Or they show also here in the instructions where they have actually pieced the doggy. And so they've made a quilting square big enough to cover the dog, and then cut it from there so you get a quilted dog. So for ease of today's purposes, we're just using plaid fabric because I like plaid fabric. Anyways, right sides together. Now, I'm going to see if I can do a top zoom here. Top zoom, there it is. Let's get close. So you can see now that there are two lines on this little Scottie Dog pattern on your applique interfacing. There is a solid line, solid lines, and there is a dotted line. So of course, sometimes we cut on the solids and sew on the dotty, but not in this case. We are actually going to sew all along that solid line, all the way around our little Scottie Dog. That's sewing. That's sewing. And then once we've got that done, we're going to trim it on the dotted line with your scissors. That's about 1/8 of an inch. You don't want too much when you turn your dog to make too big a line on here. You can just see that it's just turned. Okay? All right. So there's Scottie Dog. All right, so that's the first thing you do is once you've got your right sides together, so that's the glue side on the right side of the fabric, stitch it down all the way around. Okay, so there it is. Isn't he cute? Over there you go. Next, here he is. Oh my goodness, look at that. He's stitched all the way around. So maybe you can see my stitch marks. I don't know, maybe I should have done it in like black or something to show up. But I followed these solid line and stitched it all the way around, and then just overlap the stitching back and forth a little bit where I met up. Okay, and it's pinned to hold it. So the next thing we do is we get out our big scissors and we start trimming. While I do that, may I tell you a joke? So what kind of dog does a magician have? This one always gets me. It's a Labracadabra door. So that's a magician's magic dog, I guess. All right, one more. How about why did the poor dog chase his own tail? He was trying to make both ends meet. And I have to tell you, some days it's hard to make your ends meet. So we're just trimming along the dotted line with my big scissors. But you could do it with a rotary cutter if you wish, but you have to be so precise you don't cut into your stitching line at all. And there we go. So just trimming along. Right. So look at this. Beautiful. I hope everyone has some fun plans for this weekend of sunshine. I gotta tell you, if you haven't already done it, get your taxes done. They are due on April 30th. Oh, and I don't know about everybody else, but we're having an election everywhere in Canada. So don't forget to vote. If you haven't hit that polling booth, vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as you get out there and exercise your democratic right. So give yourself a chance to vote. Last day is Monday the 28th. So let's do that. All right, look at that. It's looking so good. Just trimming on that dotted line. Oh, I just love this little Scottie dog. He was so cute. Right. All right, we're almost done, everybody. We're getting around the corner. There we go. Last cut. All right, our Scottie dog has been cut out. Now, you'll notice that there was a dotted line right in the center of our Scottie dog, and that's where we're going to do our last cut, and that's so that he will get to be twisted, turn him inside out. So I'm just going to try and separate the two fabrics, and we are, no nails. Of course, I had to cut all those nails off. I don't know why I do that. I can't function. All right, here we go. But you can type on the computer a lot better. Okay, so and we're just going to nip it to cut it on that line. And we just cut that dotted line. I know there's lots of ways to do applique. A lot of times we just cut out our shape, have Wonder Under on it, and apply it to our project. Other times you turn your edge under and do it. Now this one is where we turn it inside out. Are you ready? So now we're going to start by turning our little dog inside out. Let me stay in the camera and keep my dog ears out of the way. I'm just going in. I'm not being really overly precise. I'm just trying to get it turned because that's what the point-to-point turner's for, is to poke out those corners. Get our little doggy feet and our doggy ears and doggy nose all pointed out. Okay, here we go. Scottie dog. There. So now we're just going to take that point turner and we're going to poke out our corners. So this is a Clover point-to-point turner. And we're just gently, because we don't want to poke through our stitch line, just ease out the corners. Just ease on down, ease on down. All right. And just point, just pick those out. Lovely like that. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, this is one's a little pokey. I have to get on the other side of that pokey stuff. There we go. Poking it out. Sorry it's so boring. Let's tell another joke while we're here. What dog breed loves living in the Big Apple? How about a New Yorkie? They're cute little dogs, cute little Yorkies. Okay, so we have our corners all pointed out. Let's flip it over. Oh, isn't he looking sweet? Now at this point, please don't iron it because, of course, the glue is on this side now and it's ready to be appliqued to whatever you'd like to applique it to. But you can work it with your fingers to roll out that seam. Make sure you got your little earies poked out. I think I still need a little more poke on that ear. Looking good. A little more poke on that nose. Looks good, looks good. Okay. Just opening. Oh, I forgot his little mouthy. Open it up a little bit more. Make sure we've got the Scottie dog turned outward. Oh, he's looking so fine. Oh, so fine. Try not to poke through. It's very fine interfacing, so you got to be kind of gentle as I poke through it. Okay, there it is. Squish them down with your fingers. Roll that edge a little bit. Yeah, so he's ready to be appliqued onto whatever it is that you'd like to applicate. If you like, take your little roller and roll your edges so you get them good and flat. Use your fingers. Make sure you're getting it all down. He's looking darn sweet. That's the cutest little Scottie dog. All right. And what a fun way to do applique is if you have a shape, you can trace it onto your applique, your interfacing paper, this stuff, and then you can just lay it on your fabric, give yourself that that 1/8 of an inch stitch all the way, you know, around. Trim it, cut it, turn it inside out, and you have a perfect applique. Woohoo! That is so much fun. Now, where do you want to put it? I don't know. Let's go to the front and let's talk about where do you want to put your Scottie Dogs. Well, I would think this Scottie Dog would look really cute on a t-shirt. I think it would be really sweet on an apron. How about a towel? How about we get into the camera? There we go. How about a towel or something like that? Little girl's dress would be marvelous. Anyways, a little coat for a Scottie Dog. Sometimes people have coats for their dogs, especially little Scottie Dogs because they're so tiny. They might need a little dog. Anyways, or you know what? You just have little Scottie Dogs. I like it. I love it. Anyways, that's how to do a Scottie Dog applique where you are putting your interfacing on the back, stitching and turning, and then you have a fusible fabric on the back, and it's ready to go. Anyways, that is an applique Scottie Dog. All right, one more joke before I do some announcements for you. Why are there no losers in a dachshund race? Dachshunds race, dachshunds. Because they're all wieners. And really, puppy dogs are all wieners. All winners, aren't they? Just the best. Okay, my ears keep wanting to slide off, so we'll hold those in place, and then let me tell you what's happening. All right. So right now in the store today and tomorrow, they're finishing up their serger class for their new owners class, Brother Bernina Burnett. Saturday will be the second of the quilted jacket class. And I just want to say that we're working with Anne to get some more schedules for May and June going forward. I did put in a request for some social sewing, and I'm hoping that gets put into the schedule. I'll keep nagging her. I'll keep poking her. I'll be nipping at her heels, right, and see if I can get that done. Anyway, so that's what classes are going on right now. So I want to show you the rummage sale. Now, we do still have the rummage sale going on out front with 50% off. That does not include our 50% off area. I can't get it out there at the front. So the front has all sorts of notions and kits and panels and luggage and baskets and patterns and all that sort of stuff. But don't forget, there's always the half price fabric in the back. And Miss Fern has been very busy putting some of the fashion fabric on sale because we got a whole bunch of new fashion fabrics, and I'll be launching those next week to show you. But she didn't want you to forget about all of the pretty fashion fabrics, the jersey knits and things that she put on sale in the half price. And I couldn't bring all the bolts up, but I picked one that goes with our black and white theme today. So there's the zebra print. These would be so much fun for little t-shirts, for maybe little bottoms, you know, stretchy bottoms that are kind of fun. Summertime wear, and I think it's time we focus now and forget spring and move on to summer, I'm thinking. Anyways, this is some of the fabric that Fern has been putting on in our half price. She just wanted me to make sure that I remember that, because we talk about the rummage sale, but we don't remember to talk about the 50% off area where there are other things and including some fabrics. All right, so don't forget, if you need to have any Bernina Burnett serger feet, that sale goes on until next week, April 30th. Same with the Bernina Spring into Summer sale. It goes until the 30th as well. My glasses won't stay on because it won't go over my ear, so they keep falling down. Also going on right now, of course, is our Brother's Stitch Print and Gift Sale, Made with Love 2025 Spring Gift Guide until May 31st. So we're talking about some fun ideas this for Mother's Day, showers, weddings, any kind of gift giving coming up. Those would be a fun kind of things that if you have them. So on that note about Mother's Day, I would like to have you join me next week on Facebook on Tuesday. I have a special sharing, and all next week we're going to be talking about some fun Mother's Day ideas, and I have a special guest coming on Tuesday to share something new with you, which would make a fun Mother's Day present or make yourself your own present. Anyways, kind of like that gift thing, you stitch it and you gift it. Anyway, so we do have a special guest coming on Tuesday for Facebook and YouTube, and all the rest of the week on Thursday we'll be talking about some really fun Mother's Day ideas, because it's coming very soon. Anyways, that's that. All right, I just wanted to take a minute to look ahead into May, because, well, May is next week. And let's talk about some things coming up. If you're interested in the Calgary Sews, they are here on Sunday, May 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. if you want to drop in and see what Calgary Sews does. It's kind of a neat organization that encourages people and teaches people how to do projects. So you do things, make things. And then in the fall they have something called the Frock Tales, where they invite you to a cocktail evening and you get to display what it is that you've made. So that's for Calgary Sews on May 4th. On Tuesday, May 6th, we have our Giving Tuesday for the month of May. It's for the So Powerful Purses. We just had one this weekend. It was wonderful. The ladies were fantastic. They had a great time. We welcomed a new member into the little group that does it. It's fabulous. Their creations are beautiful. So if you're interested in doing that on Tuesday, May 6th, Giving Tuesday, give us a call at the store and we'll reserve you a spot. And I'm sure the ladies would welcome new people to come in and have some fun with them. All right. So also on not next week, but the week after, I want to just remind you that this coming week will be your last chance to sign up for the Wednesday, May 7th Morse Code Quilt. It's kind of an interesting thing where you get to put a message on your quilt in Morse code, which is kind of cool, and you get to have some fun making that and learning about a new language at the same time. So if you want to register and do a Morse code quilt, please give us a call at the store, 403-252-3711, or drop down to my sewing room and visit us. We'll show you the samples, which I forgot to bring up. Aha, smart girl I am. Show you the samples that our teacher sent in to us and get you registered that way. It probably can be registered online as well at mysewingroom.ca at our website. All right, so something new. Everybody has been so patient about waiting for us to get our new Bernina 24. So that long arm is up and running now. So we are able to do our long arm renters certification classes. So we had a big long wait list. So I called everybody on the wait list and gave them their week to try and get back to us and have first dibs. But now I'm opening it up to everybody else. Doris is planning 2 more. There's one that's already full, I'm sorry, but there's 2 more coming up in the month of May. Saturday, May 10th and Saturday, May 31st from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. It's $150 plus tax, and you learn how to become certified on our long arm machine, so that in the future, if you wish to rent it, which is $30 an hour, you may do so. So that is absolutely wonderful. And that's coming up, and so I just thought I'd put it out there because we hadn't talked about it before, and Doris has got it all set up and ready to go now that we are back in business. So that is fabulous. Well, I think that's everything that I needed to impart to you, and I really do hope that you have a wonderful weekend. It looks glorious. Please come back and join me on Monday for Monday Minute when I tell you what's happening throughout the store for next week. And then join me Tuesday and Thursday for Mother's Day ideas, especially Tuesday when we have a special guest doing a demo for us. So that will be lots of fun. All right, everyone, in between time and in the meanwhile, you guys take care, have a good time, and have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for joining me. Now I just have to find the buttons. Thank you so much.